Howdy all, and welcome to Lax Lives. I'm Lakander, and this is Lack Plays Feed the Beast. So this is the first episode of a new series. Feed the Beast is Minecraft, but with a bunch of mods. And if you've watched my Feed the Beast look, you'll know that mods are additions to the game. I assume mod is short for modification. Which is what it is. And you can see the game looks quite a bit different, but that's because I'm using Soartex Fanver, which I've discussed before in other videos. You can get that at soartex.net. It's a resource pack or texture pack. This would be a texture pack because Feed the Beast is a group of people, and they collect a bunch of different mods and make them work together. So it's a pack of mods instead of a single mod. And the version I'm playing on is called Mindcrack, which I've been playing on for a while now. The version of Minecraft that it works with is 1.47. So, it's a little behind since 1.62 is out now, and this is just 1.47. As you can see, I've got a little building started. It's just made in your standard Minecraft way. And I don't know. I mean, we might get into some fancy builds and stuff on here eventually, but I kind of wanted this to be what to do when you start playing Minecraft or Feed the Beast. Now with you can see right here is an addition. This is a beehive. There are a lot of mods in this game, and you'll see that I already have some equipment on me. Actually, I have a lot of equipment on me because I am not starting this over from scratch. I am going to play on the same server that I play on normally, and I'll just pop out here to do my videos. So I hope you don't mind that I don't want to start over from scratch. Not that there's a big difference between starting over in Minecraft and starting over in Feed the Beast. You got the same basic tools: pickaxe, sword, bow, things like that. There isn't anything really too different. A few little items that you can add in. I have another portal here, which takes me to the nether so that I can get quickly between here and home, which you can see on my screen says home. That's one of the things that's been added with the mods. In the upper right hand corner, you can see I have a mini map. And let me tell you what, playing Minecraft vanilla is terrible because I don't know where anything is because I don't have a mini-map. Oh, see, there's good old standard skeleton with a bow shooting at me. That's okay. He can die with my diamond sword. There's a better sword, maybe a couple of better swords in the game now because of the mods, but I haven't made any yet. I really need to stop wandering around in circles while I'm talking to you guys. So yeah, this is pretty heavily modded. The mini map in the corner also lets you do waypoints, so that's a waypoint I have set at my house, so that if I get lost I can see it. I see I've got a couple other waypoints on here, but I'm not sure what they point to. You can see that it tells you how far away you are. Home 789 meters. I assume meter means block, and I haven't actually try to figure that out. Yeah, so I've got a couple others. The mini-map that we use does not show you waypoints that are farther than 1,000 away, although they do show you the little colored triangles. But I can open my map options here and go to waypoints. So I've got a new island that I found that I thought was interesting. Of course the phone's going to ring while I'm talking. And a jungle. It took us forever to find some jungle. I don't know why I have such a hard time finding the jungle. But to start off with, I thought we would go down to the cave system that's on this island and look at some of the new materials that are available. Now, if you're just starting off with Feed the Beast, I guess there's so many different mods. In fact, I'll show you here. One of the mods in here is called Not Enough Items, and so when you open your inventory, it will show you a list of a lot of the blocks and things you can make. And so you can see there's 29 different pages of machines and blocks and things like that. Although most of them are just repeats. Like this whole page here is nothing but bits and pieces of things done with microblocks. If you looked at my building series, I showed how to use the microblocks. But there's new potions, new a chainsaw, a drill, which is what I've got right now for my pickaxe, jetpacks, all sorts of stuff. So when you're first starting out, it can be a little overwhelming. So I thought I could use this series to help you figure out how to start out. And so what I like to do is the very first thing you're going to need is, of course, some tools. So, go ahead and make your stone tools, your wood tools, get your stone tools. And then you need to go down in the caves. And there are a lot of new materials in the game. And so we're gonna see if we can't go down one of these caves here and find some. And you can see right here, right off the bat, there's some green stuff. And you're like, well, what's that? Well, one of the things you can do, especially when you first start off, is in your map under, I think it's radar. I can never find this thing. Is it radar? Details and performance? No. Come on, I know it's in here somewhere. It's not under waypoints. It's got to be this. Dynamic lighting, water transparency biomes, chunk grid, terrain depth block, filtering biome. No, it is not that. Radar? Hide radar, show players, icon filtering, helmets, hostile, neutrals, icons. No. Controls? No. It's not under waypoints. I can never find that. No, you know what? That's because it's not under that. It's under NEI. Oh, here we go. So instead of that, I'm going to open my inventory. I'm going to open my options. And it is right here. Highlight tips shown. And so now you can see that in the upper right-hand corner next to my mini-map, when I put my mouse cursor over something, it tells me sometimes what I'm looking at. Sometimes it gets confused and it doesn't work. But so stone, so I can see, oh, look, this is monazite ore. What's monazite? Well, that's a pretty interesting thing you can do with the game. If you hit E again to open your inventory, you can come in here and you can type in monazite. Monazite right there. And then if you take your mouse and you right click on monazite ore, it will show you what you can do with it. Not everything works, but what does, is pretty awesome. So smelting, it says. So that would be in a furnace or some type of furnace. There's a bunch in the game. And so if you smelt it, you get forcisium. If I right click, it says powered furnace, which is another type of furnace, forcisium. Pulverizer, 8 forcisium. Well, that's double what I was going to get. Macerator, 8 forcisium. That's double what I was going to get. Industrial grinder, 10 forcisium, some thorium, and an empty cell. But that's only if you put it in with water. Okay. So those are the things I can do with monazite. Well, what's forcisium? Well, if I right click on the forcisium in the picture, it shows me what I can do with forcisium. And just goes on and on like that. So, oh look, I can make a force energy crystal, or I can use it in the mass fabricator to make UU matter. Well, if I right click on this and so on and so forth, down the chain, and then you can see all the machines you can make. So it can be a little confusing. So Google will definitely be your friend playing Feed the Beast. I still look stuff up all the time. I just started using the MFFS mod because you don't have to use every mod. You can pick and choose what you want to work with. So it's something I hadn't done before, so I wanted to check it out. And yeah, I've been on the Feed the Beast wiki a lot this week trying to figure out that stuff. So monazite ore, that's a new one. That's not one that's important at the beginning, though. Copper is very important. You're going to need a lot of copper in the game. Well, it depends on what mods you use, but the way I play, I use a lot of copper. So if you come across copper, you might want to get it. Although when you're first starting out, your standard grab the coal, grab the iron. And then as we work our way deeper, oh, this isn't good. It's a track mine. So we work our way deeper, and I have a jetpack on, so I'm not going to worry too much about falling. What you want to do is you want to get, and I don't have any supplies with me here, so I should be. We'll have to fly back to my base to show you. But so standard track mine down here and stuff. You say, oh look, this is new. This is marble. So marble's really nice to build with. That's about all it's good for. This is Cinbar. It's useful later when you're doing an industrial grinder. More copper. This is aluminum. There's actually two types of aluminum in the game. One comes out of an ore, so this is aluminum, and it's used to make the torches, sort of. These are sulfur torches, but sulfur torches drop goo on the floor, and I hate it. It's a little icon that you got to pick up, an item falling on the floor. So if you combine sulfur torches with aluminum that you mine and then put in a furnace, it'll give you aluminum dust. You can use aluminum and sulfur torches to make aluminum torches, and they're a bit brighter than the standard torch, so I like to use them. You can see we got some crude oil on the floor. I don't really use that too much. This is green sapphire ore. I don't use that too much now, but when you're first starting out, this is kind of in between iron and diamond. It's not as durable as diamond, but it's faster than iron for mining, and it'll mine the same things that iron will. So it's pretty nice to get and make your tools out of. This stuff is called zirconium. I don't really use it too much. It's used to make colored blocks and stuff like that. It's got some machines in it, but I've never used them. They were added after I had figured out how to play the game. These quartz crystals go with the zirconium, so I don't really use those either. Tin is really useful, so you want to get your hands on that. I don't know how many new ores there are in the game, but there's a lot. But when you're first starting off, like I said, there's certain things I like to do, and one of the very first things you want to make is a pulverizer. And so once you get down in here, you're going to need a little bit of redstone, and you're going to need some gold. Gold is probably going to be the hardest thing to find. And but once you get a couple of gold ores, oh, there's some rubies. Rubies are really useful. So you get your gold ore, you get your. I'm going to use my jetpack to wing down here. There's some gold. Gold, more zirconium. Zirconium comes in a few different colors. These are water-infused stones. Will give you water crystals. They're used for the Tomcraft magic system. Here's Nicolite. It says tungsten, but that's not tungsten. Why do you say that's tungsten? I swear that's Nicolite. Yeah, see, look, Nicolite. Lies. Lava, of course, still hurts, so don't touch the lava. I'm going to touch the lava. There's some redstone right there. I'm going to go back to my base, though, to build something, so we'll see why. But, yeah, so, there's a lot of different... Can I please go out anytime soon? Thanks. There's some tungsten. It's dark green. On my pack, this is lead. Lead's useful. I should have brought supplies with me. I didn't bring any supplies. We'll go back to my base. I'll get some supplies. I don't want to have to get supplies here, so I'm not going to do a lot of mining. I am going to show you right here. This is an advanced machine called a mining laser. If you hold down your mode button and right click, you can switch between the different modes, and it has a few. You can see mining just basically breaks out the block in front of you, or maybe a couple of blocks. Low focus will only do the block in front of you. Horizontal is pretty cool for digging tunnels. It only shoots straight forward at your feet, directly in front of you, and one block above, and it won't shoot anywhere else. Long range is the most powerful, and superheat can set things on fire. Scatter shoots a whole bunch of lasers at once, and explosive causes the laser beam to explode when it hits things. So I'm going to do long range here. Long range, and get out of here. and then use my jetpack to fly out the... Whoops, I just shot a bat. Don't tell. I totally just shot my way to the surface. So what I'm going to do is we're going to run back to my base real quick, and so you get a picture of that. But remember, Pulverizer as soon as you can get it. That's your first goal. Now, to use the Pulverizer, there's a lot of different power systems in the game. Don't mind me as we work our way through the nether here to my other portal. Now, I like to encase my portals in cobble because ghasts can't shoot through cobble, but they can blow out nether. And you can see this here. This is a portal from a portal gun. It allows you to create instantaneous travel between 2 points. Looks like somebody's got a lava pump going in here to pump lava back to their base, because you can use lava as power. Alright, and we'll beam back into our base. So I guess I wasn't gonna do a tour, but I didn't think about it. So let's do a quick tour of Spawn Town. This isn't really Spawn Town because we didn't do it at spawn. So put up another portal. I put a skull around it. We built another portal to the Twilight, which is another dimension you can go to in Minecraft. And I built a giant tree over that one. We got a couple of fluff buildings. This is, I jokingly refer to this as the gas works. There's oil in the game, and so I've got the oil pumping into this big tank, and then it pumps over into my refineries here, set up to refine it into diesel fuel. That was my pretend oil derrick, oil well. And got the crafting area here. Some of the weird trees that come with the Minecraft pack. There's a lot of different trees in the game. You can see a few of them here. This is pretty cool. I use this a lot. This is Steve's Carts. Allows you to build train cars that do different things. And so this is a Steve's Cart that has chainsaws on the front, and so it chops down trees and plants trees along its track. And so it's a version of a tree farm. And we'll look at that eventually because it's integral to my system. This was one of the guy's houses. You can see we've got mailboxes on here, but this is one of the guy's houses, and he he put a trap under his front door and forgot it was there and blew up his own house. Let's see. This is a couple of the other guys' houses. I haven't seen them on in a while, so you can see his Steve's Cart is shut down at the moment. So he's just got a big giant forest out front of his house. This is power cabling for Industrial Craft. Industrial Craft does EU. I'm going to shoot up here with my jetpack and show you. He's got, I don't use any of this, but he's got these windmills, they're called, and they're wind generators, or not wind generators, they generate power from the wind. And so you got to have them up pretty high to work well. So I don't know how much he's getting out of them right now, but they all connect into the power cable and deliver power down to his machines. That's just a pillar we built. It's one of the first things we did after we got the jetpacks going was one of the guys said he wanted to build a pillar to the moon, and so that's what he did. And then this guy's house looks pretty good. This is that marble I was telling you about earlier. I think it looks nice. I think he does a good job building too. Pretty impressed with that. This was our communal storage area, and this is one of the cool things I really like. What in the world is that? Why is there hardened glass on the floor? It looks like an upside down milk crate. I have no idea why that glass is there. That's just weird. But this is a system that uses barrels. Barrels can hold 64 stacks of items unless you upgrade them, and then they can hold like 1,024 stacks maybe. But they can only hold one item, one type of item, and they tell you on the front what's in them and how much there is, which is awesome. and you can pull them out one stack at a time or one item at a time. And so I really do like the barrel systems. Although you have to have a barrel for each item, so I try to use it for just raw materials. Um, let's see, anything else really cool? Um, there's another cart. This one's got a grain head on it and a solar engine. The Steve's cart that was getting the trees has a coal engine. This one harvests wheat all on its own. Plants the wheat, harvests the wheat, and does it as long as it's got power to its engine, which is cool. Here's some solar panels, which allow you to get EU from the sun. So they pretty much only work in the daytime, although they do still generate power at night. This is pretty cool. This guy's got a clock that tells you the in-game time using computer craft, which is really, really complex. It's got its own programming language, so pretty much anything you can do with a computer in the real world, you can do with a computer here. And so he's got it set up. He's just learning it, but he's got it set up so that it tells you the current time and has little sayings on it. It's got pretty cool covered bridge here. I like this. I probably wouldn't have used all the same color, but I do like the way that looks. And then these are spawners, and so we've got different spawners set up to spawn different things. I know none of this is helping you figure out how to start the game, but I thought you'd like to see what some of the more advanced stuff looks like as we get started here. And so we got spawners at the top here. This is redstone wiring. It allows you to run wire up the side of blocks easier. And so we got one for creepers, one for endermen, and one for zombies. Depending on what you need, you just flip the lever, they fall to their death, you pick up the stuff. This is a golem from Tomcraft, which allows you to, or he picks stuff up and put them in the box. This is a blaze spawn machine. It spawns blazes and then crushes them in between stone, and then you can kill them and get XP and blaze rods, which is kind of nice. And then we got my house here. My house has recently been abandoned. I still got a few things in here, like my bees. Bees are kind of cool. I don't use them too much, but I do have bees going. This is medium to advanced bee stuff. Basic bee stuff's a little easier. This is a machine called a chunk loader. What it does is it keeps your area loaded even when no one's on the server. That only works on servers. Well, that's not true. I think it works in single player, but it only keeps the chunks loaded while you're playing, because it can't keep them loaded while you've shut your game down. But since the server never gets shut down, it keeps our city running while we're not on, which is good because Minecraft is a lot of time waiting, so or waiting for things. So this is my original house, and you can see one of the first things I built right here, Pulverizer, and then next to it's a furnace, and we'll talk about Pulverizer and furnace here pretty quick, but you know, and then I just I dig down floors and I've got some machines in here, but I've taken out most of my machines to put them in my new base, which is accessible via teleporter from the surface. And so you can see this is my stuff. I have a much larger barrel system, but I wanted to come here to get some supplies. So let's get a couple of things of copper, some golds. I need some redstone. Better get some diamonds probably. Maybe some lapis. Ooh, we'll probably need some glowstone. Let me get some glass so I don't have to make any glass over there at the moment. Anything else? Oh yeah, I'm gonna need some wood, some cobble. Oop, am I full? Here, we'll dump out these bones and the sand and dirt, some marble. Nicolite. All right. Anything else I can think of that I'm going to need? Gold, iron, glass, cobble. Oops, sticks. Let me get some sticks before I go. And then we'll head back. I don't want you to see too much here because it's really advanced stuff. Man, we've only got a couple minutes left here, but I want to get back and construct a pulverizer. Whoop, I need to go in the skull. And you're probably thinking, man, you keep talking about the pulverizer, but you haven't told me what it does yet. Well, the reason why the pulverizer should be your first machine is because the pulverizer crushes ores into dust. Yeah, I know, you're all angry. And not only does it crush them into dust, but it crushes them into 2 dust. So for every ore, you get 2. Well, not every ore works this way, but most of the main ores, like iron, gold, that stuff, tin, lead, silver, copper, you get 2. So pulverizer should be one of your first things you want to make. And when you click on the pulverizer in NEI, you can see it shows you what you have to make it. And you're like, wow, that looks mildly oh, I didn't bring any flint. I forgot to bring flint. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause right here, and I'm going to get some flint, and then I'll show you how to build a pulverizer and how it works. Okay, that didn't take very long. I jumped down the hole and got the pulverizer, or got the flint. Okay, so that's what I like to do, alright? So I've right-clicked on my crafting table, I clicked on my pulverizer in the NEI. I typed in pulverizer down here in this box. It's a search box, it'll take you right to it. And so it shows me the components that are necessary to make this. So if I click on a piston, it shows me the ingredients that go into a piston. And you can see some of them flash. That's because you can use different kinds of wood in the piston. In fact, down here it says you can use bronze to make a piston. Refined iron, aluminium, sorry, steel. I didn't know you could use all that different stuff to make a piston. I'm going to stick with iron because that's the cheapest metal. So this is a really cool trick that doesn't work on everything. But if you shift left click on the question mark, it will place the items from your inventory in the crafting window for you automatically. And then I just hit close to close it and get all my stuff back. So that was my piston. I need a piston, I need 2 flint, I need a redstone reception coil. So when I click on that, you can see it's 2 redstone and a bar of gold. So I've got that. I need a machine frame, which is glass, a piece of gold, and iron. And then this is just copper ingots, flint, and those pieces I just made. So bam, there's our pulverizer. And I got to put it 1 space away from the wall. And so the next thing I've got to have is some form of MJs. Now I said that there's different forms of power in the game. There's Tomcraft uses Flux and Aura, so it's got its own system. IC2 uses EU mostly. A lot of things use MJ, which is Minecraft Joules. It's the motors. I don't know if I don't know if there are motors in Minecraft. There's motors in modded Minecraft anyways. Engines they're called, not motors. And so they produce mechanical operation type of thing. So to make one of those, I suggest a Stirling engine. Stirling. There's a redstone engine that doesn't require fuel, but it also doesn't produce enough MJs for anything to work. And so you can see I need some cobble, some glass, some pistons, and some stone gears. Well, to make stone gears, I got to surround a wood gear with cobble. To make a wood gears, it's just 4 sticks. So I quickly do a couple of wood gears. I'll take the wood gears and, whoops, come on. and I'll put some cobble around it. So that gets me my 2 gears. You saw that I'm going to need a piston, so let's grab another piston. And what am I missing? Piston, glass, 2 stone gears. Piston goes on the bottom. Wait. Weird. For some reason my cobble wasn't in my inventory. Alright, so that gets me a Stirling engine. So I put that on the back here. And so you can see this this narrow point points at the item that's receiving the MJs. And then I'm also going to need something to turn it on with. A couple of different things you can use. You can use a redstone torch, which is just a stick with a piece of redstone on top of it to supply redstone signal, just like Minecraft. Or you can use a lever, just like Minecraft, or just like vanilla. I'm going to use a lever because I'm going to want to turn this thing on and off. You just have to put it near the engine, above it, next to it, below it, whatever. It can't be on the engine most of the time, so that's kind of annoying. And then it needs fuel, and I didn't bring any fuel with me, but I'll use some of my oak here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run out real quick and get some ore. And I'm just going to grab some of this iron here. And we'll just go ahead and grab the copper while we're here. And then we can fly that back out. And then real quick here, so the pulverizer looks like this when you right click on it. And you say, whoa, that's a lot of stuff. So it shows you your inventory so you can put stuff into it. Now the thing is that machines in Feed the Beast, you can feed into them using pipes and tubes and things like that. And so on the mod pack that the pulverizer comes from, they have different colored inputs and outputs. And so the configuration box over here on the right allows you to change the configuration. Blue means input. You can see blue here. So this is input. Here on the left is how much MJs it currently has in it. And so these boxes are the front, which you can't put anything into, top, bottom, left, right, and back. So right now I don't have anything. I can leave it alone. It doesn't matter because I have nothing attached to it. But I could quickly, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to real quickly here make a chest, just a simple wooden chest. And the pulverizer is a machine that can output on its own. So if I turn off, well, you don't have to turn these off. You can leave everything just the way it is. But the different colors are input is blue, output, the top one is red, I guess. Yellow would be bottom. Orange is a combination of the two. Gray means you have to have a pipe to pull it out. You apply engines to a certain type of pipe and it can pull it out. So I'm going to leave it as blank because I don't want them to output at the moment. So I've put my 8 in there. I've got my oak wood planks in here for fuel. I should have grabbed that coal was in there. I flip the lever. My engine starts to burn the oak wood planks. It produces MJs. And if I hold my mouse over it, you can see the MJs start to build up. Now the Stirling engine is the slowest engine. This thing here, the top one, is how much MJs it's receiving. It says, or how much it's using. So right now it's storing energy. It's starting to build up. It's got to get enough to be able to crush this. And so now you can see there's a little, it says it's crushing. The recipe comes over. And we get, come on. This is so slow compared to my sit-up back at my base. And we get, oh, look at that. This is why I use a pulverizer. So my one piece of iron now becomes 2 iron dust. And I also got some nickel. The pulverizer has a small chance, depending on the ore, of producing a third type of metal. Now some people, once you get far enough in the game, you can make a macerator, which is a faster machine. but you don't get the extra metal. And then way later in the game, you make an industrial grinder, and the industrial grinder can be used to get extra metal every time instead of a small percentage. It's like 5 to 10%. And so you can see those 2 iron dust became the same iron ingots I would have got if I would have just used my ore in a furnace. Now I like to configure mine to output to a box of some kind, because if you put in more than one metal, it can't do the next metal until the stuff is missing from this one. So now that I've switched these to orange on the side, when this goes through, it will output them all into the box, and then I can grab them from the box. And then I'm not going to build one at this second, but I want to show you. The powered furnace. Powered furnace. That's gas turbine. Powered furnace right here. The powered furnace is from the same pack as the pulverizer. It needs bricks. I don't have any clay with me, but other than that, it's pretty much the same as making the pulverizer. Uses a piece of redstone on top, though. Still needs a piece of gold and a couple of redstone here on the bottom. Machine frame is still a piece of gold, 4 glass, 4 iron. So I just need was that 8 clay to make the bricks. And the powered furnace has the same setup as the pulverizer, so you can actually have the pulverizer feed directly into a powered furnace, and then have the powered furnace feed into a chest, so that you don't have to take out the dust and put it in a furnace. There's trade-offs to that. Later in the game, some of the machines require specific things to be ground into dust, and then you don't want that flowing into your furnace, so you might have to change it around. But all right, this went really long. I apologize. I didn't expect to have to do a tour of my town. I didn't think about grabbing materials before I came over here. Yeah, so when you first start off and feed the beast, the very first machine I suggest you build is a pulverizer. Just because it supplies you with double the materials from your ore. All right. We will come back next time. This is probably going to be, I don't know. I don't know how often I will do this series, but I know here at the beginning, to get you established, I want to show you the machines that really help when you first get started. Okay, I want to turn off my engine here so it doesn't burn up all its fuel. I'll try to bring some more supplies out, and why is this thing... I never noticed those particles before. So yeah, we'll remember pulverizer is a machine you want to start with. Maybe a powered furnace. You don't really need it though. You can use just a normal furnace if you prefer. So yeah, click like if you like, subscribe to be sure and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.